What's happening, y'all? It's your man Earl. It's late Sunday night, December 13th, day 348 on the calendar, episode 2. If you've been following us on the channel, then you realize that the month of December in the ministry in Muscatine, as well as Bible study, we're taking about one thing. What is one thing that you can do to make yourself better and then those around you better? And today, as well as on Thursday, we've been in the book of Daniel. And in Daniel, we talked about on Thursday how Daniel purposed himself not to defile himself. And when you purpose yourself, that's not a one-time thing. That's a process that you constantly remind yourself. You purpose yourself. That's your goal. That's your objective, that you're not going to defile yourself. So if you read the book of Daniel, you'll see that Daniel goes through a lot of different things. He goes through just a lot of issues. I don't want to get too far into it because we'll spend 20 minutes. So I'm trying not to preach it. But I do want to lift up chapter 6. And chapter 6 talks about Darius. And what Darius does is he's laying out his kingdom and he puts 120 princes, if you will, or governors, depending on how you read what your Bible says. And then over those 120 princes or governors, Darius appoints 3, you can call them presidents, if you will, that were over the 40. Each of them had 40, right? And then when you get into it, you'll see verse 3, it says that Daniel soon proved himself more capable than all the other presidents and governors, for he had great ability, and the king began to think of placing him over the entire empire as his administrative officer. So the one thing I want to lift up here is you can live according to godly principles and not according to earthly surroundings. So we asked the church today, what's the one thing that you can do? We're not trying to take 20 steps. We're not trying to take 15 steps. We're trying to take one step. What is one thing that you can do that will move you closer to a godly lifestyle? Now, if you go further down in the text, it talks about Daniel not being dishonest, Daniel not being fraudulent, Daniel wasn't cheating the king out of any of his resources. It just depends on what kind of Bible you have, different transliterations, different words, different phrases. But the point I want to get at is Daniel feared the Most High God and did his job well. And a lot of times we struggle with being a follower of God and doing our job. And Daniel makes it very clear that you can do both. Okay, now, does it come without persecution? The answer is no. Because if you look at, where's it at? Look at verse 5 in chapter 6. It says, so they concluded the only chance we have in catching him deals with his religion. So when you start walking, and when you start making one step, when you start making that one decision, that one thing to make yourself better and those people around you, they're going to try to find something that targets you with. And your responsibility is to live to the best of your ability as a child of God and reflect godly principles. And don't try to do 20 things, just do one thing. All right? Take one step closer to the Most High God. This is your man Earl, episode 2 on the one thing, day 348, Sunday night, almost Monday morning, getting ready to go to bed. We're taking off on a business trip next week. So God bless you. God keep you. Hope we were effective. Hope we were helpful just take one step closer to the Most High God. Daniel makes it very doable. His story is very applicable to a lot of us. God bless you. God keep you. Peace.